On New Year's Eve 2013, I came home from work a very grumpy, stressed out young lady. You see, for many months leading up to that date, I was pretty unhappy with my life in general, but particularly with my work situation. And I was feeling the weight of all of that evening. So when my mom said there was a last-minute New Year's party for all our family friends, that made me even more upset. Because the last thing I needed was to go out and socialize with people. I just wanted to be alone and miserable. But I went to the party anyway, and somewhere that night, between all the food and games and laughter, my heart opened up just a tiny bit. And then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. By the time I went to bed that night, I was filled with love and gratitude for the company of family and friends. That night, I had a beautiful dream. In the dream, I was flying, I was soaring in golden sunshine, high above a beautiful body of water below me. With me was my mom and another person that I couldn't identify. This person pointed to the water below and showed me there was fruit underneath it. And he said, the water and the fruit were both frozen right now. But in the fall, something would change. The ice would melt, and I would gain access to that fruit. My dream ended, and I woke up with so much joy and freedom. All the stress that I had from the previous night had melted away. And with that love and light, I started a new job search. Very quickly, I found it. It was the job description of my dreams. Everything that I wanted in my next job was right there in words. So that very day, January 1st, I applied for it. In a little over a month, I signed an offer for it. I was thrilled and I was extremely grateful. So I said goodbye to my friends at my old job. I went shopping for new work clothes and started my new job. But very quickly, I realized it was not the paradise, perfect fit job I thought it would be. Yeah. I was actually very underqualified for the job. And worse, I knew I wouldn't have the support I needed to get any better. It was incredibly stressful. So every day, I would turn to my spiritual guide, the Mahanta, and I'd ask for help and for guidance and to teach me how to do my job better, please. Every time I walked into a meeting, I'd take all the ACT Masters with me for help and guidance and to teach me how to get better. And in 6 months' time, I was laid off. I was devastated. That was really not how I expected things to turn out at all. But it was also September, and I recalled my dream from earlier in the year, which said that in the fall, I'd gain access to some fruit, and that seemed like something positive. So I kept my hopes up and started applying for jobs once again. I had 3 or 4 criteria outlined and applied for as many as I could. At the time, I remember speaking to a dear friend who said that I should want the job that would give me the greatest spiritual good, not the one that would give me the most amount of money or status or friendships or anything like that, but the one that would bring me the highest spiritual good. That sounded pretty wise, so I said, yes, that is what I want. And the only real interview I got was for a job I didn't want at all. It aligned with one of my criteria, but it was the complete opposite of the rest of them. So when I got an offer for it, I went back to the Mahanta. I said, what is this? I don't want this. Can I get an exchange? Or even a refund? I really didn't want it. I also said I'd apply to as many jobs as I could in the 2 weeks I had until I started. in the hopes that I'd get something else and not have to take this one. But that didn't happen. So, once again, I went shopping for new work clothes. The second time around, I wasn't as happy though. But in maybe 2 or 3 weeks after I started my job, I realized it was the perfect job for me. It was the job where I'd learned all the skills I'd wanted to learn for so many years. It was one where I'd go into work and be inspired by the people around me, but also challenged and pushed to grow and do better and better every day. It wasn't just a good professional fit, though. The job was the perfect environment to nurture me and really rebuild my confidence, which was shattered at that point. You see, the Mahanta had far greater criteria than I ever did. And till date, this job is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received from the Ek or the Holy Spirit. When I look back at this experience, I'm reminded of a quote, one of my favorite quotes, which I'd like to share with you. It reads, "All real success is about love." And that's by Sri Harold Klemp from Ask the Master, Book 2. And with that, I'd like to end and wish you all the love and all the success. Thank you very much.